Coach, I want to get rid of my belly, but it simply doesn't work. What should I do? If you can't lose your belly fat, maybe you should eat less. Wait, you told me the exact same thing the last time. So I reduced my caloric intake. I right now eat just one meal per day. Yes, but science says when you eat less calories than you burn, you will lose weight. Really?
Today we're gonna discover how eating more will help you lose weight, increase your energy and performance, and ultimately get in shape. But that isn't the absolution for you to eat whatever you like and how much you like and still expect to get in shape. Because there are 5 critical rules that you have to follow in order to get the best results. Welcome to today's video. My name is Marvin and I'm a health and performance expert for high achieving and high performing individuals such as entrepreneurs and executives. And if you want to learn more in how to optimize your health and performance, then subscribe to that channel. And before we get into the 5 critical rules about eating more and getting in shape, let me prove that it actually works. Because 90% of the people out there will tell you
it's all about the calories. If you eat less calories, then you could expect to lose weight.
bull. Because our evolution didn't program us to have a six-pack and lose weight. Our evolution programmed us to survive. So what happens when you try to eat less and less in order to lose more and more weight? The body says, you can't beat me. So he gets so-called metabolic efficient. So that means that he just simply tried to save energy in order to survive. Because what your body doesn't know is that you can go to the grocery store and get calories whenever you like. And it's the same reason why doing cardio in order to lose weight is so inefficient. And it's scientific proven. My favorite study about that comes from Netherlands. They enrolled men and women who never exercised before into a 1-year program to train them to run a half marathon. First, they measured their exact energy expenditure before starting the program. And in the beginning, the subjects were running 20 minutes per day for 4 days a week. By the end of the year, the session lasted 60 minutes long and the subjects were running about 25 miles per week. And they should burn, in theory, about 360 to 390 calories per day running, based on their body weight and their mileage. At least that was what was expected. But the results were shocking, because they just burned about 120 calories more. That means these people went from never exercising to running 25 miles per week, fit enough to run a half marathon, and their daily expenditure was essentially the same as before. Because let's face it, 120 calories, that is about, I guess, 3.5 walnuts. But does that actually mean that it makes sense to eat more in order to get in better physical shape? For that, I have another proof for you. Take my client Daniel, for example. When I started working with him, he was at a body weight of about 187 pounds. And he had a body fat percentage of 24.5%. So his average energy expenditure should be around 2,500 calories per day. Of course, that includes his age and also that he was working out 3 to 4 times per week. But at the time we started working together, he always skipped breakfast and he ate in average between 1,500 to 1,700 calories per day. So in theory, he should lose weight, right? But he didn't, because he ate that less calories for such a long time. So what we did was simple. We increased progressively his caloric intake for about 200 calories per day every 2 to 4 weeks. And this happened. His body weight dropped from 187 pounds to now 170 pounds, as well as his body fat percentage decreased and dropped from 24.5% to now 18.6%, so almost 6%. And of course, not just his physique improved, but also his training and everyday performance. And this was just one example of many others I experienced over the last years. But there was a few rules that we followed in order to get more results with more eating. Rule number 1. Eat proteins with every meal. You can eat less calories and still gain fat when you are on a high carb, high fat and low protein diet. For example, if you decide to avoid meat because somebody told you that this is healthy, and instead of eating steak with potatoes, you now eat just potatoes. And that leads to a loss of muscle mass and an increase in body fat tissue, because proteins are necessary and also so valuable for the body, especially in order to build muscle. So for example, if you eat just once per day, but that meal consists of hamburger with fries, and of course a Diet Coke, you will gain fat no matter how many calories you consumed in total. So with every meal that you eat, make sure that you have one source of high quality protein. Ideal, meat from a high quality source. So beef, chicken breast, turkey, or fish, seafood, or some other animal-based products. If necessary, you can use protein powders like whey protein or rice protein, but make sure you get your proteins in. Rule number 2. Don't eat carbs for breakfast. I recommend the majority of my clients to eat breakfast because I simply don't believe in intermittent fasting because of the metabolic downsides. But I also don't believe in eating oatmeal or even worse, white bread for breakfast. Eating lots of carbs in the first meal of the day will bring your blood sugar on a roller coaster, and it will be the perfect recipe to get food cravings, brain fog, and ultimately gain weight. Rule number 3. Do resistance training. One key strategy for us to stay lean by eating more is to build muscle. It not just looks better, but it has also a lot of benefits on your hormone levels and of course on your metabolic rate. For example, I am 6.5 feet tall and I weigh around 210 pounds. So that means I can eat a donut for dessert and don't have to worry about it. Of course, sometimes I have to worry to eat too less, so it allows you to be more flexible with your diet because you tolerate more carbs than the average. So that means you don't have to skip dessert in order to stay in shape. Rule number 4, eat low inflammatory foods. That means eat whole foods. The majority of calories and meals should come from a source that either swim, run, fly, or grow somewhere in the nature. Foods that require a package insert should be not the majority of your diet. The less ingredients, the better. And rule number 5, fix your sleep. Believe it or not, sleep is one of the most powerful boosters for your metabolism. We have seen in glucose testings that poor sleep can lead to a significant elevation in glucose levels over the next day, which is not good. So make sleep your priority. The better you sleep, the better your metabolism works. That's also why we improved Daniel's sleep quality and measured it with the advanced tracking device to make sure that he gets deep and restful sleep on a consistent basis. If you want to learn more about sleep optimization, I recommend watching this video right here. And if you want to learn in general more about optimizing your health and performance, then make sure that you subscribe to that channel. That's it for today. See you soon.